Okay, so YouTube should be live in a second. That means people will be able to see us working on stuff. There are worse things that I could spend it on. That's fair, yeah. That's fair. Okay, YouTube's live. Good. As tradition, we don't send out a Discord notification for Saturday streams since, well, one, they're not official Minecraft streams, but we do always end up doing Minecraft stuff. Adding challenges is 50 points cheaper. That's true. That's true. Alright, so little recap. I've been prepping like on and off for a little bit now. So what I've been doing is kind of clearing up the landscape a little bit. I still like the fact that we're playing with height. But I cleared up some stuff over here to give us a bit more space to add buildings and games. One of those games is going to be chess. We're going to add a chessboard over in there, mostly because that gives us the opportunity for people to stand on the bridge and look over the game board if they want to see what's going on. So we're just going to add another chessboard to the mix. And then train lines, I've connected up over here, right? So we're running along the shoreline, and then I don't know. This is why I wanted to do this on stream, because I want to get feedback. I don't know. I want to go into the mountain, right? But I don't want to do the loop inside of the mountain. I don't want to do the loop inside the mountain. That doesn't sound like a good idea, right? So what I was planning to do is either bring up the landscape over here, right? So we connect over here, and then we can kind of snake these around as well, so we can come in. So we can have a double loop basically, where one side goes through the mountain and one side goes outside of the mountain. That would be the plan. Because that feels like a more normal thing to do. The station itself, I want to be on this side. I'm probably going to cover these up eventually, but that's kind of what I've been planning, or that's what I've been thinking about doing, right? Hello, Leto, welcome in. So if I bring up the landscape up till here, let's say we do this, right? If I do that, which isn't a natural shape, like a natural form, that's fine. Now we can kind of bring it over here as well, and then have it go back into that wall over there. We can get a station in over here. That's not a problem. Let me do that. If I want to fill it in later, I can. And then we can do, let's do platform orange, building blue. So platform could be, maybe we give it a bit more space. It doesn't have to be, I don't want it to be a big station, right? So like platform would be somewhere. Hello everyone, hello DK, welcome in. So if I do platform here, building would come out a little bit further than the platform. This is just a rough shape. This is just rectangles at this point. But mostly for size. So that would be station. Maybe we bring it back one more to give it a bit more body to it. like that. So station would be there. Means we have to bring this up even further. We'll probably have to go from here and have this be like our guide. Okay, so that would make more sense then. Right. Good. That being said, I don't know if I want to do two platforms. I think I want to do a platform in this direction, which is where the train is going to come in. And then yeah. The problem is, okay, here's my problem. Are we doing left or right side? So train, where is that leading? So this one's going in this direction. So we're going in like this, right? So you need it down. So we're doing that. And so we're doing the right side. But here we're doing left. Which is the confusing part, because this train goes in this direction. This is left side drive, and this one is right side, which is fine. I can live with that. It's gonna be confusing for people who ride a train, but that's fine. We're not standardizing anything, so. The only thing that so you might ask, Eggs, why do you want to go through a tunnel? It's because I want to load everything from farms. I want to load in underground. That kind of seems easiest. Also, if we do that, we can go wherever we want. We can come out. So if look at a map, this is our mountain or our hill. Don't know if it's classified as a mountain. We could come out here and then loop back, right? Along that red line here. Or we could come out here and then loop back this way. If we wanted to. We could also just go straight through it and come out here. And loop back maybe around the mountain. Which is an option. I kind of like that option. But yeah, going through the mountain is going to take a while, but it shouldn't be the biggest problem, right? Definitely if we can set up a drill. Also, why did is there a witch in here? Yeah, that's kind of the plan, and then all of this will be filled with some clutter. Is there a way we can get the station closer? I don't want it to be here though. Could set it up over here. That's gonna be like bad. Hello, Nilambar. Nilambar, welcome in. Like I could have gone this way around, which I technically still could, but I like the way it's over there. But now that I do have, so now that I have an idea of where we want to go to, we... Which hat? Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. Just gonna shave back some of this stuff. Now that we have an idea of where we want to go to, we can kind of adjust our terrain to fit our needs. Which means all of this is going to have to come up. I mean, the good thing is we're already on this level, right? So we could keep this going all the way around. Right? Like this. And just have like an upper area and a lower area, which would be fine. For now, I'm just doing this, and then I'll take away the blocks where I don't want them. But I kind of want to like divide up the areas a little more. It makes it easier for me to plan stuff if I have dedicated areas for stuff. And mostly just gives me an idea of like where I want what shapes to go. When will you release your I'm editing it right now. It's an exciting one, so yeah. It's taken some time. I've been on a trip, so I wasn't home for 2 weeks. And then all the testing and stuff for the dungeon just takes time. So all of that is now done, and I've been editing it. So I would say Wednesday. Wednesday would be the soonest. I don't mind it. And then we could have like a little break in here in the wall so that we can get our roads to come down over here. That does mean that we're going to cut down some of this area. In the hopes that we can widen this a little bit more. So same over here, we're just gonna go that's a bit too straight or too diagonal. So how can we fix that? We could do that. Yeah, that fixes it. Okay. Then I do have to start thinking about going back in, which I will do right here. Slope road slabs. I know. But now we're in the process. Yes, process of terraforming. Just getting the shape of the area correct, and then we can build on that. Okay. I don't mind it connecting over here, and then we can take this and go back, flattening out this entire area. Good. So that's the plan, right? We take out this entire area and then we'll clean up the slope a bit more. This is what I've been doing off stream for a long time now. There we go. Good. And then once I have a straight wall, I can use world edit to get rid of the rest. But we need a straight wall first. Or at least we need a straight corner. Which is going to result in a straight wall either way, so. We can use this point. U, and then we go over here, and U / replace air, and then we do this part manually. Good. Right there. We take this point at the back, or maybe we do this point first and then this point here. Take it down. And then over here we'll do like a little bit of dirt that's gathering in the corner just to clean it up.
Any plans of testing out new games?
Any plans testing out new games? I mean, we'll make games in the future, but I want to get my base set up first before I do any of that. I mean, I feel like that's a normal thing to do. No, like other than Minecraft. Oh, I mean, I'd love to, but I don't really have time for it. If I want to keep up the videos, like the speed of videos that I'm putting out now, I'm already running short on time, so I don't know. Okay, so that's that. Then we'll do this one as well. Okay, that actually doesn't look half bad. And we'll get you set up over here. For now, I'm just using these, and then I'll mix some of the other copper variants in there for some weathering. This is just simple retaining wall. Okay. Now over here, I don't want it to like, maybe we can't like kind of continue this all the way over here, like the wall. Kind of sounds like the best idea that we can do. Let's do that. And then in like a random interval, I don't want them to be too prevalent, but we do want them to be in there. Does it turn? No, it does not. That would be not fun. Okay, and then same goes over here. Just kind of keep this going. And then what I would do is over here, we do this, but then we continue this like that. Right? Yeah. Okay, boom. Boom. Making sure we're uniform with the rest of the area. Alright, what are we looking at now? So that looks good. That looks kind of clean. So does this. Definitely don't mind having the wall, the retaining wall, go all the way around. And then over here we could fill this in as well. Making sure it looks supported. And then this is where the bridge is going to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... I don't have a design for the bridge just yet. So we'll wait for that. Is there a way we can move train tracks? Because that would be fun. If I could move... If I could like have this part open up. That'd be fun. But I don't know if there's a way to do it. Definitely tried before, but I don't know what the result was then. Rotating using a contraption, like using mechanical bearing. I think I've tried that before, and you can't really use them in a contraption, if I remember correctly. You can try it in like a second, but I don't think you can. I'm on Windows, can test. I will test in a second. I just want to get this in so I can get a feel of what it'll look like eventually. Kind of like the idea of having like the boulders against it. Like, look, nothing a good retaining wall can't fix, right? I honestly don't mind. You know what? What if we bring this up a little more? Just, this is a Make the bridge as a contraption, but use phantom rails may work. But we don't have phantom rails just yet. Surprise stream. Well, usually on Saturdays we do mandolin streams over on Twitch. And I've already done 20 minutes, but my hands are not up to the task. Like my finger is bruising. Why is my finger bruising? That's crazy. So doing that might actually gotta toughen them up, yeah. And then we could like have this come down. I do want that to be more of a controlled stream though. I don't know, but I like the idea of having like a little water feature over here. Then we can fill this with grass blocks. We'll do... This will all change in the future. This is just so we have an idea of where we're going with this. Boom. We'll go there. Beautiful. For now, I'm just gonna close it off. I want to see if I can get the train to go that way, but I'm not convinced yet. Water flowing down from... Yeah, so my plan was to... I'll let you... You're getting old. That's how I know. What I want to do is... So we have this little water feature in here, right? What I want to do is I want to make like a tunnel and through this little bit of mountain and have it come down here into that hole so that it kind of breaks up the brown grayness of this area with some blue. But that's future plans. I want to know what buildings I'm going to put in there first to see how I get the water feature in. But this is already, like, this is pretty good. I like it. We could... Don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is bring this one forward. So that I can keep this one straight here. And we'll do the same on this side. With the difference that we'll have a platform over here. So that's our train lines. That's incoming train traffic. The road will come from over here. Maybe we get a road in today to kind of plan ourselves out. I want to have, on this little outcropping, I want to have like a little market stall. For two reasons. One, it's very close to both the chessboard or the future chessboard and the arena, so we can kind of disguise it as merchants selling food for the games and merchandise for the games. I don't want it to be an even. I want it to be a very natural looking market stall. Walkway bridge would be nice on the rail. Where? Over there? I kind of don't want to do two platforms. I kind of only want to do one platform. Because the future plan is to go from here over here, right? And have another train line, basically, running in that direction. So that would be the loop back, basically. Now, it wouldn't make sense to do it before the station. I would have to do it after the station. So I'm still debating on how I would do it. I'm not convinced yet. I could come out of the wall over here somewhere and go, but that's going to be a tight turn. So I don't know. Maybe we can test it out. So first of all, I want this to go straight, right? I definitely want this to keep going straight. Because I want to be able to get through the mountain entirely. For now, it'll end probably over here at the water's edge, because there's nothing out there just yet. But we can loop it around. I don't know where people's bases are. I'm very much at the end of the western side of the world. A lot of people are northeast and south of spawn. But there's nobody really up in here. Okay. So I don't know if I should, but I kind of want to. Right, let's do... We were working on a market stall. Or market area, I should say. And then from here we could... Honestly, you know what? Let's do... that, and we'll just bring it all the way over to the edge. I still want greenery and like grass in here somewhere in some places, but I think it'll make sense to have this all be that mix of blocks. Okay. And then we'll fill, what's that? This is 80% smooth scoria, I think. No, it's gonna be 70. Is it 70? Let's just try something. I think it's gonna be slash fill with 60% create cut underscore scoria. It's gonna be 15% scoria create scoria. Nope, scoria. Another 15% is gonna be... Is it? Oh. Right, I'm just gonna save that. What is that? What's that? Oh, scoria brick. Okay. 15% cut. Create. Gotta put create in there. Cut underscore scoria bricks, and then it's gonna be 10%. Is that correct? Yeah, that brings up to 90. 10% soil, and we want that for 100. Yeah, that looks decent. So that, and then we'll have a road kind of running here. I will basically just do 5 from the border each time. So we're gonna follow this guy. There you go. There we go. Be careful building with chocolate as it tends to melt on your server. Yeah, true. But this isn't chocolate. This is scoria. This is not scoria made out of chocolate. I won't be buying it from Chosen's factory. We need to write an article about melting chocolate. Make a roundabout hugging the mountain slope. I mean, I'm not planning to build any cars, so I don't think we need a roundabout. The only train that I'm gonna need is a passenger train. And then one small train that is taking care of my shops. I'm not planning to add any more shops. So all of this will be used for like buildings and stuff. So that, and then this. One, two, three, four, five. Now we gotta make this look half decent. Let's do that then. Mr. Beerson learned it the hard way. The hard way what? Oh, the chocolate thing? Yeah. We need to make an expose on the chocolate in the cog and quill. 5. Of course, we'll have to round this off a little bit. There. Let's go all the way over until here. Let's clear all these blocks. Adding in the roads are gonna give us an idea of where we can put buildings and stuff. The Dojo has forgotten about server. I mean, I'm not gonna stir up any of that because people get busy. That's normal. That's normal. So I don't wanna like feel, because other people, there's people in the community that are kind of, I wouldn't say bullying, but teasing about the entire thing, and it's not something to tease about. It's not nothing really. So I'm not gonna feel trauma that's like non-existent, right? That's not a joke. I've already scrapped some articles that I was like, really? That's not what we want to do with the newspaper. Some of you, I'm not talking about any of you, but some of the people who have put in articles, some of those are not okay, dude. Some of those articles not okay. Let's do that. Hello, Simba. Welcome in. Do that. Nope. See, that's what we want to avoid. So maybe if we do it the other way around and we put this guy over here on the same height. And then we go down from here. Yeah. Let's see that. That's good. Would expect nothing less from a American fan base. Yeah, but still, it's some of the articles were not okay. Like actually, like genuinely, I have thought about banning people just because of their articles. It's fine though. I will not be reading them aloud. I don't think that's something to lol about, but okay. I feel like maybe this is just because I haven't encountered this type of behavior just yet on my channel, but it was kind of shocking. Kind of shocking. That looks better. Hello, Midnight Gamer. Welcome in. There's always people everywhere who don't get the point and take things too far in the wrong direction. Oh yeah, 100%. If I'm not a member, you can. You can. Shouldn't be a problem. You can use the QR code in the videos that people have been putting in the videos, or I think there's a link in the Discord as well to the article form. I do want to say, because I've already also gotten comments from people like, I've submitted an article and it's not in the new paper. Why is it not in the paper? Like, I want to preface this with, I have 370 articles that I haven't published yet. So I'm not doing them in chronological order. I'm picking the best ones that I like, basically. You didn't make the cut. Yeah, technically that's correct, but I don't want to say that. Some of them are good. They just don't have anything to do with the server. There's people who write entire stories about whatever, and they're good stories, but they have nothing to do with the server at all. So, like, do I have to post them then in a newspaper on the server? I don't know. Also, the other side of the thing is, people are like, some people are like, one sentence is not a story. One sentence is not a story. So I don't know what you want from me at that point. Okay, so that would be road, and then we'll probably, so that would be our kind of main road down from our base, right? Then from that point on, we need a road coming down. I kind of want to snake a road around here as well. And then that would go down here, because I want to make like a little dock once we have the invisible train tracks with some small boats. Be fun. And then over here we'll probably come out a little, just so we can get some space in front of the train station. That's also or floor or ground texture. What I've also found that people like to submit is screenshots from videos as like art. That's not art. If I can make better screenshots than you can from a video, because I can actually get onto the server and like choose my angle. So I don't think I need screenshots, but if you have art, if you have drawings, sure, post them in the Discord or post them in the forum, and maybe I can put them in as like the fan art kind of thing. And then I don't really want like specific fan art, but like server-wide fan art would be great. Of course, if you're a huge Beardy fan, I imagine you would want to make Mr. Beardstone fan art, but that's not really something I would like post in the newspaper, I guess. Okay, so that honestly, that helps. So that would be our area. We'll put some buildings in here, of course. But most of what I want to figure out is how I'm gonna get down here. What about a comic strip? Yes, but okay, I'm gonna show you something real quick. Let me open up the Cog and Quill document that I use. Okay. Cog and Quill. A little sneak peek for next week. But you want to see what happens when I put in a crossword that's too small. So make your crosswords either big enough or make them vectors. That's cute, but they can't read the words. How am I gonna solve the crossword if I cannot read the clues? Hard mode? I don't think that's how that works. Right? I don't think that's how that works. So that's the problem with images. Make sure your image is big enough. And if it's big enough and I still have trouble, I'll let you know. Okay, so that's gonna be a road. We're gonna have this kind of funnel into a road. I just need to know where I want to go with it. Probably, I want to make it a hug over here, but like 3 blocks away from here. I don't know where the zombies are coming. Well, I do know where the zombies are coming from, because I didn't light up my under bases. Okay, so over here we're in a bit of a pickle. Let's keep going with our little template. Okay, like that. And then, yeah, we'll have to go all the way around. Okay, then one more. And then over here as well. Okay, so that would be our, like, you know what? I don't think I'll have to go against it. So we need this to go one wider. There, then. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be our outer line, or our outline, I should say. Okay. Which should help kind of contrast this a little more, because against the green of the grass, the white terracotta isn't doing much. But I feel like if we get some darker hues at the bottom, that's gonna help a lot more. It kind of also might blend in the spruce though, which is why I want to avoid going too close to it, but I can see that we don't have that much of a choice. I can see that we don't have much of a choice, so that's a bummer, but I'll take it. But I'll take it. Although, honestly, that's not too shabby. Did I go all the way around? Did go all the way around. Good. That's actually not too shabby. I kind of like that. And then we could... Oh, dude, that's kind of perfect. Maybe puzzle around the building. No, I kind of like it. It's just enough of a difference of brown that it doesn't clash with the spruce. And then we could, technically, use this as a little step up and make a road come over here, right? Kind of follow along. So if we do the same thing, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is just enough to get a nice shape in here. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, wait. That. And then I need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, let's work from the top down. Honestly, it would make more sense to go from the bottom up, but let's go out a little bit more, make it a bit wider. but I feel like this would make more sense. I don't know. Okay, so that would be that, and then over here we'll do same thing, boom, boom, but you in there as well. Yeah, just hugging the wall would make the most sense in my opinion. And then we can get some buildings in along the side over here, right? And then we could have a road coming around those buildings coming down over here. If we wanted to. We don't have to, but if we wanted to, we could. Okay, so that gives us an idea of where we're gonna have roads leading. And then from here, I'll probably come out over here, down here, if I ever get to it. And then I want to do like a staircase for pedestrians. But overall I like the shape of this. Why are we not updating? But yeah, let's see if we can figure out a good design for a train station. I want to go somewhat medieval, but like fantasy medieval. Fantasy medieval. Could I just do train station? Horse statues? We could. Definitely we could. Let's see. Link in a new tab. That's not really a train station, but I like the dome on it. Some kind of statue. We definitely need a statue, but I have an idea of what statue I want to do. It's too steampunky. Too gothic. Too big as well. I don't mind this. It's the same palette. Like having it one tower and then a small building. It's giving Witcher 3. Yeah, kinda. I want to stay with flat roofs though. I don't want high-pitched roofs. So either flat or sloped is what I want. Like this looks great, but it's too industrial for what I want. It's too industrial. Let's just, you know what? Let's just go at it. I wanted to stay in that style, where it's like flat roofs, but with just like Lego blocks almost. Let's do, how much is that? 1, 2, 3. That's probably big enough for the main building, like for the main hall. Of course, this is not going to be the only building. Like Castle Gate kind of building. I think that's too medieval. But we could look up some castle gates. Yeah, sure. Let's do steampunk castle Gate. Let's see. It's too steampunky. It's too medieval. That kind of has something to it. Let me join a new tab. The problem with steampunk, it's a lot of, in my eyes, decorations. If you take two medieval and throw in some gears and copper and tubes and pipes, and it just becomes steampunk. Yes, but the problem with medieval gatehouses or medieval castles is that they're very... How do I say this? They're very flat when it comes to a wall design, right? It's very simple. It's too simple even. So if you look at this, it's too flat, you know? It's too flat. So I need something that has a bit more depth, a bit more. It kind of needs to look like almost like a puzzle, right? Like that's too much. That's too much. But also, I don't think castle gatehouses are gonna be. And if I do steampunk train stations, it's gonna be all over the place, right? It's all over the place. It's too new. The concept art. Hello, Sachin. I don't know how I would pronounce your name, but welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Medieval monastery. You could look up a medieval monastery. That would actually work. That looks good. It's huge though. It's me, bro. Oh, okay. So is the name Game Theater supposed to look a bit out of place, like preserving history? Yeah, that's... So the thing about the theater, right? About the globe, it's an ancient site. You see what you can see, like it's built over an ancient site. And this is it. They've been preserving it, so the entire building is gonna look like this, right? And it's been being kept or being held up, at least, by studs. They've been renovating it. That's the entire thing. Whereas most of the builds in this area are gonna follow this kind of style of building, whereas like a lot of that whitewashed limestone kind of building, with some tough and some darker blocks to it. It'll make sense once this is surrounded with buildings. It'll make sense. For now, train station first. think of it as we're transitioning from a medieval fantasy world into a more steampunky fantasy world. Modern Da Vinci kind of feel. Yeah, I kind of want it to be that transition period between very medieval, very steampunk. I want it to be in between that. So we're not fully in that modern steampunk world, steam power world. We're on the brink of it. That's the style I'm going for. I do like the more Eastern European style monasteries because they have very flat roofs. So let's do orthodox, right? Stuff like this. So honestly, I might try my hand at translating this style of building. Right? Oh, that's a very small image. Translating this style of building into what we want to do with it. These are huge though. I don't know if I want to make them this big. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the back burner or on this side. I'm going to, how would I translate that? The big glass window. I mean, the problem is I don't want to go bigger than this, really. So yeah, make it round. I mean, I'll round the edges for sure, but I'm gonna go off of this because this one has more of a square base, but we can still add in these rotund side buildings if we wanted to, and then we can have like a big light fixture on the roof to bring in some more light. So I'm gonna go for that, which means that this is gonna be our base. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Do you mean like a Colosseum? What Colosseum? So this is gonna be our inside building, basically. Or that. It's gonna come out. No, this needs to be wider. This needs to be wider. So what if instead of 3s we did 2s? Don't call it a Colosseum. Yeah, we're not gonna call it a Colosseum. That's not the plan. Okay, so that, maybe we bring these down so we don't overwhelm it by height with height. I feel like that will scale better, I guess. Boom. I'll have to move it back, I guess. Or honestly, that will work. It's $3 out, right? Yeah. This would work, and then we support it over the platform. Right. He's sensitive about the C word. I mean, I don't want it to be a Colosseum because Legion is in it, is already building its Colosseum, or has built a Colosseum or an amphitheater, and I don't want to go and do the same things. Plus, a Colosseum has a very negative connotation, in my opinion. That's not something I want to go at. Just playing. Oh no, you're good. You can play. That's fine. But I'm also going to tell you why I made the decision to not go the ancient routes. I like a good amphitheater though. Those are pretty nifty buildings. So I have those options. So you have a roast up. Okay. Amphitheater. Okay. Do you know what the difference is between an amphitheater and a what the difference is between an amphitheater and the Colosseum? Do you know what the difference is? Because there's a very big difference. There's a very big difference. No. So an amphitheater is the word to collect all theaters. But amphitheaters, okay, let me look. This is the definition. It's an open air venue for entertainment, performance and sport. That's an amphitheater. So ancient amphitheaters could be rotund, like this, could be ellipsoid, like these, could be half circles, like these, right? So the Colosseum is an amphitheater, but not every amphitheater is a Colosseum, right? Colosseum is a very specific type of amphitheater. Right? And then you have the Colosseum with a capital. That's the one in Rome. But you also have the Colosseum we have Colosseums in different cities. But yeah. Colosseum was not always. They would do a lot of different battles. It wouldn't always be gladiators that would fight in there. Stadium. The stadium is a type of amphitheater, right? You would classify the Colosseum as a stadium. This is an amphitheater in Arles in France. It looks like the Colosseum. It's not a Colosseum. It's not the Colosseum. It's a stadium. It's an amphitheater. Typically, gladiators, the chariot races, naval battles. Yes, exactly. They would also hold, not very often, but musical spectacles in there. But they would prefer an amphitheater like these for spoken or sung performances because of its acoustic values. Consider Bird and Brand game. Don't know what the English term is. They are. That's true. I like myself a good amphitheater, but yeah, I don't know. So that, and then we'll have pillars coming down. Let's just get back to building, because I need to get this done. Let's do that. Bringing that out a little, so we can bring this back in, which is gonna shrink this a little. which is fine in my opinion. Just want to get the shape in first. No, don't get semantics. Yeah, I mean it. So, it's not about semantics. It's about misinformation on the internet. I see. There's so many times where I see people on the internet, in shorts, in TikToks, whatever. I know those are not viable sources of information, but a lot of people don't know that. But I see so many people on the internet claiming stuff as if it's correct information, and it's not. And that just gets me going. I get so frustrated, so angry about it. Because people, and definitely younger children or your younger viewer base, will believe it. They will believe whatever you say as the truth if they look up to you. And so spreading misinformation over on the internet when you have a large following, and I don't have a large following, I know that, but when you do, I feel like you should kind of take it upon you to make sure that the right information is out there. Yes, you can have your opinion, but don't state your opinion as a fact. That's why I get so worked up about it. It's nothing to do with semantics or with people making a joke or people saying stuff. It's people just not saying the correct stuff as if it's the truth. But that's the rant. That's the rant for today's stream. So let's not keep going on it. I'm gonna finish this build off. Let's do that. So that is all gonna come in together as one. So this is gonna be one building. And then we'll put a clock tower. You know what? Yes, let's put a clock tower on top of this. I like the idea of having a clock tower. Overall, I'm already starting to like the shape. It's interesting. It's not too rectangular, which is good. Random junk, wrong influence, delivery. Yeah, kinda. Good. Now, we need a good roof. So over here, you know what? No, let's do walls first. Do I want to do walls first? No, let's do roof shapes first. We'll just use a random block that we can turn into slabs. But also use as these guys. Stair, I am gonna need stairs as well. No, I don't like it. It's too high up. Too high up. That, so I still have that little border in there that we can do this to create our overhang. Right, nothing too specific. And then over here we'll do the same. Just do that. I'll probably do like, that would make sense, right? Stair, yeah, that blends in perfectly. So stair there. And then it's this shape. I want to keep it very low, but kind of like make it a bell shape in the middle. We're in the middle, right? Yes. So that's the middle. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna keep it fairly low, but over here I want it to be, I want it to top off right there. So we're gonna do, do I like that? Don't really do. Like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. There we go. There we go. A little bit of a bell shape. We'll overhang this, not too much. So I'm still a fan of this type of overhang. And now that we have Copycat Plus, we can finish that up with a corner bite. Boom. Like that. Nothing too big, nothing too little. And then this is gonna stretch all the way over here. So highest point is gonna be right here, which is gonna give us enough space to really get in there if we wanted to. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all of them because replacing these doesn't really work with Rodinit. So I'm gonna just do the outlines and then I'll fill in the rest once we have a final block palette. And then over here, I want to separate this roof. Basically doing one side so that I know where I need to go with it. So that, again, we want to get that bell shape in here. It's not gonna, it's gonna look as, I mean, that's fine. I can live with that. Boom, boom. I'm gonna assume that this is gonna be the same. Yes, it is. Because now we're at this point, and this is gonna be our front. So what I'm gonna, what I want to do, is have a second, like roof almost, that just goes there, right there. It's detached, but it still feels like one roof, right? Those because I'll have to replace those eventually. Yeah, that's a good place for those, I think. How do I do this? 2 2 1 3. Okay, I can do 2 2 1 3. 2 1 3. I'm gonna go right there. Boom. A roof. Yeah, I feel like that gives us train station vibes, doesn't it? I feel like it does. I feel like it does. Slash replace air with light blue wool. Gotta get all the walls in that I want to get in place. Of course, should get rid of that block. It's gonna make life a lot easier. Like that. And then over here we'll do 2, 2, right. Doorway. We also could do, technically, is, what we also could do is have, no we can't. Okay, doorway, doorway. Wait, I want to raise this up 1 block. Do I want to raise that up 1 block? Maybe I can just get floor in place here. Yeah, no, that's fine. We can just get our floor in on top of this, and that should be great. Slash fill. Fill, create, layered, do deep slate. Like that. Like so. Making sure we're sufficiently supported. And we've got all our roofs in place. This becomes another wall. Nope. Do I have? I don't have an undo. Like so, like so. Where's my slab? Gonna put these in just to be sure. Oh, right, I got. Okay. Good. Wall in place over here. Depending on how much space we've got left over, we can put a window in there if we want to, but we don't have to. This is gonna come down 1. Okay. See, if you can make your shape interesting enough using just wool or using 1 or 2 colors, that sets you up for success. I want to make these wider. I'll figure out how to make them look good, but that makes more sense. Yes. Onto the platform. Okay, so that's our main shape, I would say. We have our roof shapes because we just need to copy these all over the place. Now it's window time. So I feel like we do small, just high windows. Also, we do need to keep in mind that the inside is one block up, so technically I want to change this lower ring to be a distinct block. So let's do that. Because this is different enough from the deep slate that it's a good barrier block, right? But it's still gonna tie in nicely with our whitewash. Drano floating station. That's a different build. That's not gonna be this. This is purely made to be a person, like a people station. This is purely for visitors to get on and off the train. So that. Good. So that's gonna be floor, which gives us 2 blocks, so 1 block from that side. Okay. Window there. We can do. Can do like a bigger window in here. That's a possibility. It's quite big, but I feel like it's too big though. Hello, Blancho, welcome in. That's not too bad. And then if we add like some smaller ones in here. No. If we add, no. No, it's not gonna work. Broke is only a temporary poor state of mind. There you go. I know it's inappropriate to ask you during the time of ending the server is it possibly server link to view all the builds in program revenge mode. I know there's been talk about giving out a world download, but I don't think anything has been confirmed yet. So chances are you're gonna get a world download, but I'm not sure how or when that's gonna happen. Yeah, that looks better. I have no idea on what the plans are for world downloads and stuff, so. Once always regret what could have done. Remember for next time. So you always regret what you could have done. That's what you need to remember for next time, basically. I'm not angry about that. Having a bit of a divider in between them. Making the door not look as big as it is. Yes, please. Okay, so that spinning doors. No, I don't think spinning doors would fit in here. I don't think spinning doors would fit. Just trying to add a bit more shape to the build. Getting rid of some of the strong corners. Okay. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll kind of do the same over here. Kind of just mirror these two wings, basically. I don't know how I'm gonna. I want to keep that in here. Not a fan of what that looks like for now. But then again, I technically don't have to have this. We just have to have a support for the roof. Yeah. So we could technically, if you wanted, dig this underneath. You live in a blue house with a blue window? Yeah, and a blue little car as well. So you could do that and then just have this be our inside as well. Yeah. Or even better. No, we're trying to shape up the building first before we get into texturing. even better if I do. I would need a way to, if I do that on the 4 corners of this, right, and we support them this way. Right, that would look cool. I like that. I like that. And then we can base our clock tower on this inner corner. We're not done yet, chat. We're going higher. We're going higher. Started at the bottom, now we're here. As supports. Yeah, I like to use those as supports. They're really cool. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, it's not gonna be a clock tower, but I don't think this is big enough for it to be a clock tower. Unless we figure out a way to do it. But that looks good. That I like. Who started singing the blues song? Because now it's in my head as well. I need to know, because I need to give you a timeout for that. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, so we did that. It's good. I like it. I like it. Just me and the voices. Yeah. The voices are a thing, aren't they? I mean, we could do a simple, like a very simple dome on this if we wanted to. Right? Let's just put it in here, see what it looks like, and then we can decide. Boom, boom, oh god. Wait. Mr. B said in Discord somewhere that there will be a download at the end of the season. I think it was Spores requested. Okay. What you showed on your VODs is impressive. Well, the good thing is it's done. So I'm editing the video right now. I know Stam's already run it, so whenever his video comes out, you'll be able to see it in action. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited for it. Do I? I don't. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it, chat. I like it. Look at this train station so far. And this is only one color and some copycat blocks. Well, two colors if we count the wood. That's a ton of work to see it through visually. it's so funny. I put 5 months of work in it, and they're just gonna get 1 hour of content out of it. But hey, it kind of broke down a little bit, but it worked. It worked. What if we change up these guys to stairs to get that little bit of a pop on it, so that we can bring out these in the middle. Make it a bit more rounded on top. Definitely from a distance looks better. If we're flying in, we could honestly go a step further and do this. Yeah. Allow it to display them. Similar. Yeah, true. Okay, what if instead of a slab we do oh, we can't. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Slab it is. Yeah. It looks good. Looks good. I don't think we're going to be able to put in a whatchamacallit, a clock face in here, but we can put in some light so that we get light from here as well, right? And then we'll probably do that to the inside, make it look a lot more defined, I would say. And then we'll close it off this way. That's gonna look great on the inside as well. The only thing I need to do over here is make our shape which I feel like is just that. Good. Where did I do my butts? This is gonna be great. It definitely looks interesting. And then over here, this is gonna be our platform, of course. Kind of tempted to change these out to be full blocks. It's amazing how fast you can whip out these buildings. Takes me days to figure out. It's practice. The more you do, you know what? I'm gonna show you something in a bit. Let me get this platform in place first. I'm gonna show you the progress that I've made over time. Okay? because I have an old world. It's on a different instance, but I have an old world. That is from even before I started making YouTube videos. That world started in the aquatic update, so it's very old, but it kind of works because it shows you when I started building, or when I started building in a serious way, all the way up to when I started making YouTube videos. So you see the progress, and that, I think that is a good, like, a reminder to people that I didn't start out this with this amount of skill, right? I'm using quotation marks because, you know, it's very subjective, but let's do that, and then we could technically, yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. As if they've taken out this wall and replaced it with girders to make a station. Yeah. So we'll leave it at this, right? Is the platform big enough? It will be. I won't have like large trains, and also the train's gonna stop like right here. The carriage is gonna be there. It doesn't have to be a big station. I don't want it to be a huge station. I want this to be a fairly small one. It doesn't have to be big. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna open up that other world real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to open up a different instance of the game. I'm gonna show you the progress I've made over time. As a reminder to myself, mostly. But also to show you what practice can do, right? Because people always ask, how do I get better at building? And my answer is always practice. Practice, practice, practice. Just keep going. Keep doing stuff. And that's... People don't want to hear that answer. Because they don't want to spend the time that it takes to get good at something. And I get that. Not everyone has a lot of time on their hands. Not everyone does this. How many hours in a week do I play Minecraft? Too many. Too many. That's the point. But it is somewhat indicative of... Okay, this is gonna take a while to load in. It's a big world. It's also a very old world. So it's not optimized whatsoever. Okay, let me go into spectator so I can fly a little faster. And we are gonna get to where my starter town is. Starter town. I again, quotes. We're using quotes. We're using air quotes. Welcome to my old world. Welcome to my old world. This was my first attempt to making a town. And it's very basic. It's starter house here. So this is the starter house. This big one. That doesn't look all that good. We had a bedroom. A little bit of storage. Bedroom. A bed's gone now. Like our workshop area, which was away from the storage room. A very bad decision. Never put your workshop area away from your storage room. Super smelter. This is the old style of Minecraft. So we had the thing, and then we had enchanting. If we went down, we had like some weird ass farms. I think this was a villager breeder at some point. There was some other stuff in here. Yeah, so we had like potion stuff. It's utility. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Because then we had storage room over here. This was the big one, the big boy storage room. But not. It's not automated at all. We have some farms in here though, like some automatic farms, but it's very basic Minecraft, you know? It's very how do I say this? 2015. This is very 2015 Minecraft. So this is aquatic update. And so what you can see is, and this is a good indication of people who are following tutorials, is that most of these farms are basically just copy and paste from a tutorial. There's no building around it. They're just there, right? But yeah, you can already see that back then I liked the idea of taking a town, a Minecraft village, and transforming it. I didn't do a very good job. This was our mine entrance, which honestly, not the worst. It's not good, but it's not the worst. And then, yeah, so this is our mining area. Lots and lots of digging happened here. But exactly, yes, that's what I meant. Back then, okay, one thing that you do need to realize, back then, zombies or mobs would spawn at light level 7, not at light level 0. So, torches were your best friends. This doesn't look good. We can all agree that this doesn't look good. It's all over the place, right? It's out of place. It's all just a kind of a mishmash, almost, right? Then, if we follow this road up here, boom, 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 we keep going. We have our second try at a town, and I say try because it's never been finished. But here I started to play with like different shapes of buildings, texturing my walls a bit more, using different blocks as well. So here you can kind of see my style coming in. You can also see that I started watching Fwip. If you know who Fwip is, you can kind of see the inspiration of it all. But it's still very basic, right? It's still very, very basic Minecraft. If we go over here, you can see me trying out different roof shapes, different building shapes as well. Different elevations and stuff. Bridges were not great, but they're not bad either. But overall, you can kind of see the coming of the witch hats, which I like a lot. You'll see that in a second. But also boat. Boat was not good. Boat was very bad, actually. Boat, not good. I've never gotten better at boats either, so I'm not going to look at that anymore. But this was like my second attempt at a town. And I wasn't happy with it, so I dropped it. And I moved to the other side of my starter base. Over, if you follow this road, over here, we come in here. Which, honestly, this is, I think, the first town I was, like, actually happy with the end result. We have a bit of a castle, manor type thing going on the hill. These buildings are a lot more interesting. I'm using again, some Fwip inspiration here and there. But the shapes are getting interesting. I'm using more blocks, different blocks. These were all built in vanilla Minecraft, so this is not creative. And then I'm trying like more. You see that the road's more cluttered, right? I'm putting in some life elements to signify that people are actually living here, which is a big one, right? Carts, big one. Crates, note blocks, barrels, stuff like that. Benches, dude. Benches, very important. And then we have a little park. You can still kind of see that this was never finished. Still some lanterns here and there, but overall, I got rid of the torch spam. We're trying to light everything up with lanterns instead of torches. And then road up, a little road going out, and then town over here, right? I feel like this is where building, like this outside of town, where building really clicked. And I got into like a comfortable, definitely roofs started to become a lot easier. This a lot better than my previous attempts. Then, what did I do then? Oh, then I don't have a map in here, but I think, yeah. So this is like, it's kind of. Do I have it? Yeah. It's kind of like my first attempt was like an underground like dwarven / kobold city, but it never was finished. There is another thing though, somewhere over here. I don't know where it is. Oh, right there. Castle. Very small, very simple, but I did like it. I did like the progression. It's a small thing, small little castle. You know, it happens. Oh, this was cool. If I go back to the starter base, I have a map. Right, I have a map room in the library, and so I made. Can I see it somewhere? Where is it? Right there. I made an actual compass so I could see what north, south, east, and west were. Which this, the east is an O because it's the Dutch pronunciation, because this was before the entire content creation area, so yeah. But you can kind of see we've already visited over here. This is starter town, and then we have that. We've got 3 more sites to go to. I do want to show you my chapel in here now. Look at this. This is something I want to do in the server, on the server again. Look at this effect. Isn't this so cool? Isn't this so cool? It's so trippy, isn't it? It's built twice, just once upside down. You just mirror it entirely, and you can kind of see it at the banners. The banners are your biggest giveaways, and the lanterns. Oh god. So lanterns, right there, they're sitting on top of the fences, and then right underneath there, they're hanging from the fences. That's your biggest giveaway, and then banners stuck to the wall at the top, stuck to the wall at the top. But overall, it's doing pretty well. But let's go to what probably took me the longest to do. Big town. Also, let me see if I still have the old texture pack that I used back in the day. Is it this one? I think, yeah, that's the one. Okay, so we made different texture back in the day. We made a different texture for diorite, and then we did some other stuff in here as well. Mainly, we changed. These are endstone bricks, so they blend in better with sandstone. That's what we changed up. And then what else? Oh, we put some variation in the bricks and some other stuff. But this was my big city. It never got finished, but you can see how I got good at building roofs. At least I consider myself being good at building roofs. Time. Set noon. Right, you can see I got better. How I got better at building roofs. But over here, you'll see a lot of different shapes of buildings, different sizes of buildings. Some were huge, like this one. Some were very small, like these ones. But yeah, we got some chapels. We've got like a big manor. We got very weird shaped houses. We've got some normal shaped houses. Overall, just a big building. And I think the first test upload that I did was of this world, of the city. But overall, you can see I have a lot of practice. I've got a lot of practice. And I think if we go across here, we've got Ocean Monument or a Guardian Farm. And then if you go across, are we nearly there? I need to let it load in. There we go. Who recognizes this? Who recognizes it? It honestly doesn't look half bad. Doesn't look half bad. I would have made the line that circles around thicker though nowadays, and I would have very like I wouldn't have a flat line in between the segments. I would have like kind of, there is texturing in. Look, we have texturing. That's fine. Just this is the distinct one is endstone, and then the rest is sandstone. I would have not made this straight. I would have like angled down this. I kind of waved it around. But this is oh, dude. Map room. Also storage, but map room. So over here, now we're over here, right? And then I had names on all of these. And then I could go like visit everything. Oh, that's sad. But big city over here. Also, that gives you kind of an idea of how big that city is. This is a garden farm, right? That's the size of that city. It's huge. It's huge. And then we have this thing, which is a monastery. But yeah, this was like my project planning. I had like a to-do list or things that I wanted to do. I had all my ideas written down. I had an automatic filtered storage room in here as well. And then what else? So if you go, no, different direction. Need to go towards the sea. So we came from here. in that direction. Come on. Oh, we had little, like a little rest area almost. And then I think if we follow here, we should stumble on the last like real thing I have in this world. I feel like it can't be that far away. Oh, right here. So this is like a monastery. Also, this was our sugar cane back in the day. And this was what wheat looked like, which was, in my opinion, a better texture for it. It's also 2 blocks tall. So if you go and stand next to wheat, it's 2 blocks tall. I don't know, I like it. I like it more that way. But this is big wheat fields, which you kind of still see in some of my builds. And then we have a monastery layout. So we've got like our chapel. We've got it's very clean, but again, we're learning. Like we've got our living quarters, and then we have like a brewery over here. We have a cheese maker or a wheat mill over here. We have a cheese maker over here. Right, we're storing cheese in the basement as well. So if you go down here, oh, this is acacia. This is actually, I like that acacia texture. We're storing some cheese over here and some beer, stuff like that. So yeah, that's the trend. That's like my evolution. So if you ever ask me, Eggs, how did you get so good at building? Practice, don't have many friends, don't go out a lot, and practice. Don't do any of those things. That's very bad. Go out, touch grass. Touch grass. But yes, that's kind of what I did. I think I have too many friends to be good at building. Maybe. So your numbers are 12, 21, 40, 58, 13. Let me show you the lottery. Where's lottery? Where's the lottery? How many languages do I speak? Like fluently? Or how many languages do I know a word of? Because fluently, I would have to say I only speak English and Dutch. Dutch is my native language. English, I'm fairly fluent in. I'm fixing it, Blantro, I'm fixing it. So yeah, I think those are pretty good. But I speak French enough to have like a basic conversation, but nothing like, I can't really do fluent stuff. I thought they spoke German there. In Belgium, you would be correct. I do speak a little German, but not enough for me to count it as fluent. Why we no do things? Come on. Where's lottery? Huh? Huh? I don't know. Try again, Belantro. Try again. Try the command again. See if it works now. It should be active. There you go. So you haven't won. That's it. You haven't won. Your numbers were not correct. But yeah, Tehran, here over in the country, in my small country, we have 3 national languages. Technically 4 if you count English as like an international trading language, but that's not really what we do. So we say 3. Deutsch is not the same as Dutch. That's correct. Also, Deutsch is not an English word, so I should not be considering that a problem. Deutsch is a Deutsch word, a German word. But yes, languages. I technically I can make myself known in French and in German, or I can tell people what I want in English and German, but I only speak and I can tell people what I want in English and German and French, but I can only speak English and Dutch. Fluently, that is. Took 4 years in German when I was in Amsterdam. It was so weird seeing Dutch. Like what? Yes, because the Netherlands don't speak German. I mean, they probably do. Like, probably a couple of them know German, but they're not gonna speak it whenever you want to. Right, they're still different between those 2 languages. Looked like the, I mean, it also, at first, it also probably looked like French or English or anything else that uses the Roman alphabet. You know? So it's very low standard of it looks like German. So it must be German. Not really how things go, you know. Okay, so that is that. Have I gone around then? I think I have, yes. Good. Get rid of all of these. Like that. Yes, that's correct. Just want to get rid of all the slabs, but I don't need them. Because that would be the best. Do want to get these in wherever I do need them. Right, and then we take you. Strip all these of their texture so I don't have to deal with that afterwards. Good. And then after we're done with this, we basically just have to do some world edit to see if we like the color options that we have. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out another way to do it. Well, I guess I was in Amsterdam. I didn't know what language you spoke. And reading signs, this is English and Spanish. So yeah. So here's my advice to people coming to Europe any European country for the first time, right? Before you land or before you leave, Google if they use the euro or not, because not every European country will use the euro. Some of them use their own currency, even if they're in the European Union. So Google what currency they use. That's one. Two, Google what language they speak. And try and learn thank you and please. Just those two words. That will get you far in most countries except for France. If you've done that, right? So currency, language. Try, if you're gonna drive a car, look up what, like, where they drive, right or left, and what the standards are gonna be. Like, do I need an international license or not? Because in some countries you're good without one, in others you will need one to rent a car. I was 18. Didn't know same spec. Still, same apply. I mean, the same applies, I guess. I think it's just it's. How does one say this? I feel like it's just like common respect to just look up the language, and because I'm not talking about all tourists, but a lot of tourists don't even try. I'll go to the bakery in the down the street, and a tourist will be there just almost yelling at the baker, which is an old lady. That bakery is run by an old lady who does her job plenty, right? She does a great job, but they'll be yelling at her as if, like, why don't you understand me? Why don't you understand what I'm saying? That lady has never spoken English in her life. It's never needed to speak English in her life, so. Family enlargement. Yeah, happens. It happens. It's fine. Just don't be an asshole. Is just not being an asshole will get you far in life. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are gonna put some whitewash in here. Some limestone. I need to figure out like the bounding box of this build. That should do it, I think. And then this should do it over here. Yes, we do that. We do this, and then we do. That should replace a light blue wool with. Let's do 70% cut limestone. What? No, let's do. Do I want to do? Do I want to put some bricks in there or not? Yes. Okay, so 70, 10, 10, no. 60 would work, so if I do 60% create cut limestone, we do 15% create cut underscore limestone bricks. We do another 15% create limestone, just not the gut one. Limestone, and then that should bring us to 90, so 10% mushroom stem. Boom. Are you trying to get banned? Can we just not, please? This is your last warning. If you don't have anything valuable to say, just don't. That's it. That was the limit. That's all you get. Too many warnings. Well, I don't like banning people. It's not like I want to ban people from chat. So I do tend to give second chances quite often, but some people just don't learn. Some people just don't learn. Okay, so that, I'm just going around filling in the blocks that we want to fill in. That, maybe we put some cut in there as well, or some not. Do that. This, and then we do some normal stuff. Okay, good. So that's that. Do we have those somewhere else? I don't think we do now. Nope. Now for the roof, are we doing? I don't want to do spruce on. I don't also don't want to do deep slate on every roof. Maybe we do the flat roofs in a different color than the domed roofs. So okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Give me some copycat steps. And give me a good deep slate roof block. What's a good deep slate roof block? We want to get some difference in there, so we'll do that, and then we can put in some contrast with the actual ones. So if you do that, and then we have slabs of all of these, which should make things a lot easier. We also have stairs of these if we need to. So overall, let's just make this out of the create ones first, and then we'll put in some shadows with the other ones. Okay, let's do that. Bum 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 ba dum. I hope this is gonna look good. I hope this is gonna look good. So that, and then we do like this. Just add a bit of like darker spots here and there. Which I don't mind. But I also want them to be like in here. Right? It wouldn't make sense if the corners or the edges wouldn't be weathered as much as the normal roof would be. Overall, I don't mind that. Overall. Of course, it's very bare. Needs more detail, but that works. Then I want to do the same over here. Okay, let's put in our shadows. I want it to be looking good from the front, so I'm just gonna do the front end for now, and then we'll figure things out later, or maybe tomorrow on stream. Because I don't have to work on the dungeon anymore, which is great. Now I can focus on this stuff. I probably will still have to like jump on with the guys to just do some stuff here and there, to fix some stuff here and there, but overall I don't have to work on it anymore. Okay, so that brings us to a point where we have two roofs in Deep Slate. Right now, my idea was to kind of differ up these roofs, the flat ones, and I feel like, do we want to try spruce? You can try spruce if you wanted to. Ba-dum, Elmo's World. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's now in my brain. I'm not. What are we saying, chat? Chat, what are we saying? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Same would go over here, of course. We would do that. Way better than the oak. Oh yeah, the oak was just placeholder. The oak was just placeholder. Yeah, I like it. Is there anything else that we could try? Maybe we can try it on the other side, on this side. Anything else that we should try instead of spruce? Now I'm excited of what you guys are gonna come up with. Slab. I like the spruce. Yeah, but I want more options. I also like the spruce, but if there's other options, we have to kind of try them before we decide on the first option. Okay, got some of these. Dark oak would be too dark. Yeah, I mean it doesn't have to be wood. You could like do copper. Copper might actually be worth it. Let's divide it in half. And do like A/B comparisons. Let's get some waxed copper. Waxed. Let's do weathered. We don't have normal slabs though, so we would have to grab slabs for every block, which is okay. It's not like these are not big roofs, so I'm down. I feel like the copper might just add a bit more to that new steampunky vibe, if you know what I mean. So this, if we want a true A/B comparison, we go here. See, I don't mind the copper. The copper, I think, looks good compared to the spruce. I kind of like the copper more. It kind of stands out more. What about some gold accents in the walls? Yeah, sure. I would go brass though instead of gold. Mostly because brass has a bit more of that rustic feel to it. But yeah, that sounds good. Copper, I think the copper is better in my opinion. I feel like a copper might actually be the way to go. Now, if only we could oxidize tanks, right? Fluid tanks. If only we could. Oh wait, we can make it even better. We can do shingles instead of normal copper. Waxed. Let's do that then. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot better. Yeah, that works. Almost world. Damn it. Get out of my head, please. Don't want you there. Oh wait, do they not connect together? Oh no, those are half blocks, right? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's a lot better. We can keep those. Those are fine. Let's do all of those. Change them up over there. Shingle. There you go. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I like it. And then over here, I want to... Do I want to do that? No, I don't like it. So either we imitate the wall, right? And then we change up those guys. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. Also, we probably should make sure that these are the same blocks on either side. For continuity's sake. So let's take off this side and just match them on the other side. So this is you, 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 you. Like that. And then we do 2 of those, so 2 normal, yes. With a brick in the middle. Is so good as those just copycat panels. These ones, yeah, those are just copycat panels, and these are stairs. So what I'm probably gonna do is have some deep slate in here, so it's like a darker stair block. That's the plan, at least. Okay. You know what? Let's do deep slate. Just for a bit of that contrast in the building. And also because I like deep slate. Yeah, I like it. Window wise, I feel like we go. Also, I really should grab you out of my offhand. It's getting annoying. I want to recess all of these. Also, why are we up this high? We shouldn't be up this high. Okay, good. What kind of window would fit in here? These would fit, but I feel like they're overused. Copper. No, it's gonna be too much then. I feel like that's gonna be too much. Maybe we get the spruce in here. Nah. Not oxidized, like the grate. Okay, not bad. It's not great either. What about you? That's better. That's better. And then if you wanted to go a step further, we could take, not you, what else? There was a way I wanted to do this. Pane. And grab you. No. I thought I could just have that be the middle split. Glass pane in the front. Here. What's going on? Oh, right. What if we changed up and did these in here? Oh, I am not mad about that. I kind of like that. I kind of like how clear these are. Yeah. So we still got a bit of that spruce in here. And then at the top, instead of having let's do that. Let's get a roof in here, finished up. Accents. Yeah, I want to do some more cogs and wheels on the wall as well. Maybe we ooh. Maybe we do Mr. Beerstone. Oh. Oh. I like that. Maybe we do a little Mr. Beerstone. He always does this. But yeah. Yeah, that works. And we could do like a small one in here. If we wanted to. Nope, that's the wrong one. So we could do like, if it works, if it's a good idea, but. And then like build around it, maybe? Question mark? No, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, chat. Doesn't look good. We will not be doing this. But that I like. And then with the copper, I don't really need the copper behind it. I can just leave it as is. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. But then I want to add some more stuff like these on the side, or like maybe we add these in here. I don't know, they're just too small to really set it back, but we could add them to the side. Add some smaller cogs to it. Right? Do stuff like that. Which is gonna give us our spruce accents. Which is what we want. Copycat cogs with the brass. I don't think I would do brass in here. I think we would do brass somewhere up here. So let me get those in place. We'll do that. Villa de Shelley? What? 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 I don't get that reference. I'm not smart enough to get that reference. Remote villas. Oh. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. It does have that vibe. That is true. Okay, and then we need to get around here. So we'll do you, 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 you. The rest is gonna be this. Copper roof is such a vibe. It is. It really is. But what I wanted to try is, what if we put some ornate windows at the top? Again, not the worst, but it lacks a little bit of color, or a little bit of... Am I really gonna have to do this? I feel like I... See, the problem is too... it does fit though. It fits so well. Okay, so let's change these ones to ornate then. The weathered one, the weathered iron pane is just too good. It's too good. They should make a weathered version of every Create glass block. Yeah, that kind of works. And we just have the weathered iron panes at the top. That I'm okay with. That I am okay with. And it's looking good though. I like it. I like it. I like the roof segments that we have. A little bit of green coming in, a little bit of deep slate coming in. Is good. Is good. I approve. I approve. Alright, let's get the rest of this roof in. I was just beginning to watch your series, Just Create, after already watched for, and the one Growl Me Pearson. Okay, thank you in, thank you, Wallace, welcome in, thank you in. My brain is starting to kind of slip. Grammar, yeah. It happens, it's normal. My brain just goes off at certain points. It just turns off. You'll get used to it eventually. Okay, let's do that. Good. I think we're good. I think we are good on that front. Yes, we are. Get rid of all this. Alright, let's do our lines first. Also, I need bites to go underneath here. Why is your name Eggs? Because I hate them. I hate eggs. That's because you see, there is this saying, you gotta keep your enemies close, and that's what I'm doing by taking on their name. Smart, exactly. You get it. You get it. Didn't know the lore. No, the fact is, I'm severely allergic to eggs, and so when I made my first Minecraft account, I was like, what is something that I would describe myself as, and eggs, allergic to eggs was one of them, and then I just shortened it to eggs, and then eggs was already taken, so I had to put a number after it. That's the whole story, and that sucks. I mean, I feel like it's fine. I'm not bothered by it. I've been living with this for 27 years, so I'm okay. I can handle it. I'm a chef. Allergies scare me. I mean, yeah, rightfully so. It can pan out really, really bad. But no, overall, I wouldn't say I've gotten pretty good at like figuring out what I can, what I cannot eat, even though certain restaurants tell me, "Oh, you're good, you can eat that." I'm like, can I though? Every time I get an allergy card, I'm just always terrified. Cross-contamination. Yeah. I mean, okay, here's the funny bit. 80% of people that are like, oh, I'm severely allergic to this, right? They're not. A lot of them are going to be fine if you take just a little bit of precaution, and they might just get a bit of a tingling throat, or maybe an upset stomach, but they won't get any worse. It's those other 20% of people that you have to be very scared about. And the funny thing about people who are severely allergic is they won't tell you. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm allergic to eggs." Like I'm allergic to eggs. That's what I'll say. But I half of the time I will not tell you I'm severely allergic to eggs. Half of the time I'm not going to tell you that. Mostly because I forget. And mostly because I don't want to make a fuss about it, because I already recognize that I am going to be a pain in the ass about allergies. And I don't want to make that worse. So, yeah. The people who go around making a fuss about it are probably the ones that you don't really have to be scared about. It's the ones that are like very nonchalant about it that probably have the worst reactions to their allergies. Who is your best friend? I don't think best friend is something that defines anyone on the server. They're friends, but best friend is... had a dinner once for an engagement dinner. The bride was severely allergic to nuts, but didn't want her family to know for some reason. What? Why wouldn't she want her family to know about it? Some people are strange. some people are kind of strange, you know. If I'm marrying into a family, that's the first thing I want them to know. I'm severely allergic to this. She called ahead and planned. Maybe she just didn't want to make a fuss about it at the rehearsal dinner. That I would understand. That I would understand, but not having them know is a different story. Also, why? I'm messing it up again. I need these to be the same block. No ID. She got ahead of time planned on just not eating anything, but we trained the wait staff to get your staff. Yeah. Yeah. You know what a really good learning tool is for people who have to wait on other people with allergies, is to have them actually see an allergic reaction in action. It's not pretty. They're not pretty. Dude, I like this. Look at this. Look at this. This looks good. You come in, everything leads up. We've got some braces that hold the tower, brace it into the wall. Like, this is structurally sound, in my opinion. This looks good. Like, it doesn't even bother me that you can see the chute through this wall. Want to make my food people? Yeah, yeah, I understand that. This is, I like it. Question is, do we hang a bell from the middle? I don't think we need a bell. It's grand but unassuming. Yeah, right. I think I like the spruce more than dark oak. We can try a dark oak one on one side and a spruce one on the other one. Is it just clicking on it with a dark oak plank? No, that's too dark. That's too dark in my opinion. I like this more than that. What we could try is maybe... That's too light. That's too light. The dark oak? I think it's too dark. It's too, even from the outside, come on, that's too dark. That is too dark. What we could try is acacia. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a second. That looks kind of good. That looks kind of good. I think I might actually have to go with the acacia one. Yeah, that looks great. Look at that. I do feel like we need something more up here. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Because we have this border in here. What did I do for this border? Ooh. Ba-dum. Elmo's World. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock again. Just like this small little inlay in here to break up that wall a little bit. Try spinning the water wheels. Nah, they're not meant to be water wheels. They're meant to be windows. That kind of works. Yeah. Yeah, it breaks it up a little more. It's not, it's subtle, and if you won't see it when you get close, but when we're far away, like when we walk up to it, that kind of helps break up that wall a little more. The cogs acacia, I don't think we can. We don't have that mod installed. There is a mod where you can do that, but we don't have it installed. I don't mind them being, the cogs being spruce though. I mean, technically we could do these copycat cogs, but I feel like that's gonna be too much orange, right? I feel like that's gonna be too much orange in there. I don't know, I like the cogs being spruce. I don't know, I'm not sold on the cogs at all. We do need to do some pipes here and there. Because we need rain gutters and stuff. So we'll probably have like a pipe coming down here. All the way down. Or like, maybe we do like, I don't know, how did I do that over here? Plain cog. I mean, I don't mind it though. Oh, so here we, okay, we do have, okay. We don't have full blocks in here though. Like, I don't have a full block overhang. So I'm gonna have to get creative. I mean, it's not the worst. Nah, doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I'll figure things out eventually. Overall, I like the shape. I like the colors that we have. It is... I like it. I like it. This side needs some more work. Like, this needs a window. Somehow. The problem is we can't really do a window because we have that. We have like a brick somewhere I can take. But it needs something. Maybe a sign. We can make a sign. We can make like a town sign with the name of the town on it. That probably should work. That probably would work really well, actually. Weather vane. I feel like a weather vane would go on top of this here, right? So like we do something like that. No, I want this to be horizontal. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, dude, give me some freaking brass on this. Give me some brass. I want a brass block, and I also want brass casing. A flywheel? Maybe. So we'll do brass casing for the rod. Oh, they'll just end up the same. Yeah, we can make that slowly rotate if you wanted to. Like, we could glue all of this together and make that rotate. Okay, so what if I break this, I continue the shaft, and I do that, right? Then we glue all of this. Oh, they must be connected. Oh, that's horrid. I hate that. Because that will work, right? We could also try. Would this work? Yeah, we kind of want to make like a little bird almost. Colors. What kind of colors would fit this? Maybe we do like. Do we have a copycat valve? We don't. We could do that. Make that brass. Right? Kind of works. Also connected, so that's good. We need like a beak. Although, do we? I kind of like it the way it is. No, we need it to be even on this side. Maybe we do the valve on this side then. Nah. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Do we like that? It's too flat on the bottom. Lightning rod? You can't put lightning rods horizontal, can you? I mean, at that point, I could just do a copycat shaft, so I can make it brass. Wait, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. It's like a cog with an arrow through it. So that, and then we go inside. We put a windmill bearing on it. We go grab 8 of you, couple of you. Maybe we do industrial iron blocks. Why are we not? Oh wait, this needs to be a bearing. Okay. Well, that would kind of be like your ventilation, right? So this would need to be a mechanical bearing. Come on. Okay. And then we go back in here. We press U. Yay! I like that. I like that. Yes, and it's like the perfect speed. Also, that bearing, not the worst. I like it. Yes, that's good. And then from this point on, it's like a fan, right? It's not. It doesn't look half bad from here as well. Dude, I like it. That's good. That's good. That's good. That being said, though, I think we're at a point where I'm getting tired. I'm gonna take a little nap, eat dinner, which it's 10:30 p.m. So I still need to eat dinner. Dinner, take a bit of rest, and then I need to edit the episode. Now, question is, before we go, do you guys have ideas for more games that we can make? As this town would be filled with games, or at least that's the plan. Do you guys have any ideas of what we can do? Future jousting would be fun. I would have to figure out how to do it, but yes, jousting would be fun. What else can we do? A casino. We could do casino. Yeah. What else? There has to be more. I kind of want to get more. A spleef. We could do spleef one. Yes. I want to get more. Whatchamacallit? Like team games where people have to like team up 2 against 2 or 3 against 3. Plinko sort of thing. I know how you would work that out. I probably could figure something out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would do it, but I probably could do it. Team games. We have the hockey game coming up. That's one. We have what else? Use a train. Theme park. I'm not gonna do theme park. People are gonna constantly tell me that I'm copying Mr. Beerstone. That's not what I want to do. No. If you have ideas, let me know. Put them in the Discord. I'll take a look at them. I've got a couple, but I need more. But that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna work a little more on the area, but we're gonna do some stuff on stream as well, prepping for our eventual move to our new area. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and bye.